Are you a newly certified personal trainer who has no fucking idea where you should go work? Oh, you are? Oh, great. Well, then let's go through all the options for you on this video. Okay, so you're a big boy and girl now, and you just got your personal training certification. Maybe it's from NASA, maybe it's a CSCS if you're a real baller. But you've decided you don't want to stay home jerking your little gherkin anymore, and you want to get out and actually earn a living as a trainer. Where should you go about doing it? Well, I'm going to run down 3 different options for you today, what I think is the best option, and the pros, cons, and the overall benefits of each. So let's start with number 1, the big box. Equinox, Planet Fitness, Lifetime, Crunch Fitness, 24-hour fitness, Gold's Gym, whatever. Insert big box gym here. Now, big box gyms get a lot of shit for being, too corporate, not a great working environment, kind of harder as a trainer to move up the ranks. But in my opinion, this is a great spot to start your training career. So let's go through some of the pros. Clients and consults. When you start out, you're not going to have any clients. I know it seems pretty simple, but you won't. You'll be starting from the very bottom. You'll have nobody to work with. And the biggest thing for you going forward is how can you get clients to work with you right away? At a big box gym, you're going to get consultations fed to you, spoon fed to you, shoved straight up your ass. What you do with them is going to be up to you, but you will get this opportunity at a big box gym. If you're at a private training studio or you're working on your own, this just doesn't happen. Everybody that walks through that gym in an Equinox or Lifetime Fitness that signs up for a membership, they're going to get 2 personal training consultations. If you're a new trainer, they are going to feed you some of these consults right away to get your book built up. Now, there's going to be some politicking in terms of who's going to get fresh leads and warm leads at these big box places. But at the beginning, this is one of the biggest benefits of the big box is you will get consultations right away. The equipment in space. Some of these gyms are massive. They've got a ton of equipment. They're awesome. And if you've ever gone through the process of looking at equipment or outfitting your own gym, you know how expensive this shit is. So that's a huge plus. You're going to work with a variety of demographics and ages at a big box gym. Depending on where it is. If it's in the city, you're going to get more commuters. If it's out in the suburbs, you might get more families and kids. But it's going to span a wide variety. And at the beginning, this is good. You want this. You want to be able to work with the biggest range of people you can to figure out who you actually like training and who actually likes training with you and who you're good at training. If you're a 22-year-old, you might not get a ton of training clients that are 70. They might not have a lot to talk to you about. Sorry, that's just the way life is. But if you're a little bit older and you want to work with a little bit different crowd, then you can start to narrow down who your clientele is. But at the beginning, you want to work with everybody and anybody. So competitive wages, definitely at the beginning. This is a little tricky because at the beginning at somewhere like Equinox, you're going to work it from the very bottom. They're going to take a cut of your pay. We'll talk about this later. But this is one of the bigger benefits is that you will get pretty competitive pay right off the bat. You do get paid before you even get clients. So they do have something called floor hours where you're going to walk the floor and you're going to get paid minimum wage to just walk around, pick shit up, say hi to people, and try to get clients that way. Is it the greatest gig in the world? No, of course not. It kind of sucks. But it's better than getting nothing and having no clients. You'll get insurance. If you don't have insurance, this is great. For a lot of these companies and big boxes, you are an employee. You're not an independent contractor. So you will get insurance coverage. And, big box gyms can be fun. They can be an energetic environment. If you've ever worked at a gym that gets busy in the morning, you see the same people every morning, it can be kind of fun. The music's loud. People are having a good time. People are enjoying being in the gym. This is a energy you get at a big box gym that you won't get in some other places. So let's look at the cons of the big box gym because there are several. The gym is going to take a huge chunk of your training rate. I will say that again. They're taking a big fat piece of what you charge for training. Now, they're also going to tell you what to charge for training. They're going to set the prices and they're going to take anywhere from 50 to 70% of your training rate. That's right. So if your training rate is $130 a session, they very might well be taking 80 or 90 of that. Okay. So this is the cost of the equipment, the consultations, the insurance, all of this stuff goes into them taking a big chunk of your ass. So this is the biggest thing to consider with big box gyms. They're going to take a big piece. They control the rate, they control the pricing. And again, They control how the leads get divvied up. At the beginning, if they're smart, they're going to try to get you ramped up and they're try to get you as many leads as you can. But who knows after that? After the first couple months, if they're shoving you leads and you're not closing any deals, they're going to stop sending you leads. It's just that simple. So you've got to close business at the beginning to show your worth. And if you don't, you're out. Gyms can get crowded. I mean, it's pretty simple. At 6 a.m., 7 a.m. on a weekday, the gym's going to be pretty fucking crowded. So this might be an annoying place to train as a trainer. Now, some gyms, most gyms, I would say, have a dedicated space for personal training clients. If this is the case at the gym, that's great. If not, it can be kind of tricky. This is a corporate gig. I mean, Equinox is owned by a private equity company that cares about making money. They care about you doing as many sessions as you possibly can, being paid the least you possibly can. And it's very corporate feeling. You're going to have corporate meetings. You're going to have, kind of senseless meetings that you don't have any idea what they're for. That's what comes with the territory. You're working for a company. You are an employee. You are not a contractor. You're not working for a mom and pop shop. There's benefits and drawbacks. This is one of the drawbacks. So where do I stand on big box gyms? If you're just starting out, this is where you should start. And here's why. The consultation process is something you need to get good at, and you will get plenty of repetitions should sound familiar, at a big box gym. These are the places to get your reps up early, especially when you don't know what the fuck you're doing. Because listen, you might not get clients for 4 or 5 years off of some of those consultations, but it will give you the practice of going through the process and getting your reps as a trainer. I mean, having a session goal of, 50 sessions a week or 40 sessions a week sounds like a lot, and it is. But if you're just starting out, this is a good carrot for you to kind of get you to work more and get your reps in and do your work in the gym. Because if that carrot's not there, you're probably not going to want to work that much. This model feels a little like indentured servitude. It's not, as you go along and you gain more confidence as a trainer, you're not going to be one giving up a huge chunk of your paycheck every single session. So this model will get old, and it will get old pretty fast, but I still think it's the best place to start. Okay, now, if we're not at a big box gym, where else could we be? A personal training studio. Now, I've had the experience of working in both personal training studios, big box gyms. I've trained people at their house. I've trained people in their apartment buildings. I've trained people in my house. So I have all the knowledge and experience of training in all these different places. And a personal training studio is a really great option too. So here are the pros. It's a private space. It's more intimate. Many private training studios only allow one trainer at a time. Some will allow 2 or 3, but this is going to be a much more intimate, personalized experience for your clients. If you're at a personal training studio, you are not an employee. You are a independent contractor, meaning you control the pricing and how much you work. You work as much as you want. You work as little as you want. You charge as much as you want. You charge as little as you want. It's that fucking simple. So it's going to give you more control over your training business. And this is really where you want to get to at a certain point. Once you have a certain number of clients and experience, you want more control. You could typically pay a smaller session rate in rent, but you're still not paying overhead. So for instance, if you go to a personal training studio, they have all the equipment, they have the insurance, they have all of the gym, maybe they have a shower, a changing room, whatever it is. All you're going to do is pay rent at that studio. So it could be an hourly rent, like you pay for the hour. It could be monthly. Maybe you pay them a monthly fee. Whatever it is, it's usually going to be less than what the big box gym is taking out of your paycheck. It's not a corporate oversight gig. A lot of these places are privately owned, independently owned. They're small places. They're more mom and pop style businesses. So you're not going to have those senseless meetings, stupid meetings at Tuesday. And every Tuesday at 10 a.m., you're going to go through the trainer meeting or whatever it is. You're not going to have that. This can get really competitive in terms of, or big box gyms, I should say, can get really competitive in terms of clients. You see people down on the gym floor. There's 10 other trainers working in the gym. There's a lot of competition. A private personal training studio solves a little bit of that. There's not as much competition because you're bringing in your own clients. If someone at that training studio is poaching clients from you, fuck them and you want to go somewhere else. So the cons of the personal training studio: you have to generate the leads. There are no consultations fed to you unless the personal training studio gets leads on their own, which happens. But go under the assumption that you are the marketing department, you are bringing in all the leads, and you have to close all the business. Okay, this is a big fucking change from a big box gym. You can walk into a big box gym and walk in right off the street as a trainer and get 10 consultations in the first week. You are not getting that in a personal training studio. You have to provide that. Now, most of your clients at this point are probably coming from referrals anyway. But if you need new clients and your book goes a little dry, this is the tricky part of being at a personal training studio. The space is going to be limited. You're going to have less equipment at the big box gym, and a lot of the amenities just aren't going to be as nice. You know, an Equinox or Lifetime Fitness, they have great showers, they have great saunas, steam rooms. They got fucking Kiehl soap in the shower, whatever. That stupid shit that you pay $250 a month for. You're going to get those kind of amenities at a big box gym. You are not going to get those at a personal training studio for the most part. You are not an employee. This is a positive and a negative. It's a positive in the sense that you control a lot more of your book, but if you do not have insurance, you're going to have to get your own insurance. You are going to be taxed as an independent contractor, so you're going to have to pay, separate income taxes on a small business. This is way different and requires much more oversight from yourself than just having the big box gym take a chunk of your Social Security and your Medicare out of your paycheck every month. Okay, so this is a big con, or it's an additional ask on you, is you've got to manage all these things. With a big box gym, they manage it for you. And a personal training studio is going to be a lot quieter and a lot less energetic of an environment. You might only have, 4 or 5 people in that space at one time. It can be cool if you get friendly with the other people and the other clients. You can have a little camaraderie there, a little more so than a commercial gym. But it's going to be quieter. It's going to be a little bit less, let's go work out, that kind of thing. So if that's not for you, you might want to think a little bit differently about this. So personal training studios, I wouldn't start here, but this is where I would want to end. The insurance and taxes at the beginning are a big deal. If you're 22 years old, you probably don't have health insurance unless you're on your fucking mommies and daddies. I don't know if that still works, but you're going to need insurance and you're going to need to handle your taxes on your own in a personal training studio, and that sucks. Clients on the outset is the biggest deal. So if you start at a personal training studio with no clients, it's going to be really challenging. And again, it's quieter, less energetic. I think when you're first starting out, a big box gym is a little bit more of an upbeat environment and a more fun environment to work in. All right, number 3. So you think you can own your own gym. Now, caveat here, I have never owned my own gym. I do have a gym inside my house, so I technically own that. But I've never owned my own commercial gym or personal training studio, standalone gym, we'll say that. So what are the pros, the alleged pros? You can do whatever the fuck you want. Your gym, you paid for it, your shit, you can do anything. This is a pro and this is a con. If you hire trainers to work at your gym, you will make a percentage of their sessions. I mean, this is the way a big box gym operates. Now you can be a total dick like the big box gyms are and charge, take 80% of their pay. You won't have trainers working for you very long if that's the case. But this is a way that you can make, I wouldn't really call it passive, but it's a little bit more passive income than working on the gym floor. You're making money from other people doing training sessions. This is a really great way to just increase your revenue without increasing your hours on the gym floor. You're the boss, you control the hours. Gym opens when you want it, gym closes when you want, you work when you want, you hire people to do what you don't want to do, you're in charge. This is the sneaky biggest pro, I think, of the owning your own gym situation, is that you can tell people you own a gym as opposed to I'm a trainer. And honestly, I've thought about this a lot because I've thought about opening my own, standalone gym. And I always come back to, am I doing this just to tell people that I own a gym, or am I doing this because I really want to do it? And I always come back to, I just want to tell people I own a gym, so I don't do it because it's not, to me, that's not worth, the juice is not worth that squeeze. So let's look at the cons. If you own your own gym and you're starting from scratch, you will live in that fucking place at the beginning for a long, long time. You're the one that opens. You're the one that closes. If you got a trainer that's working for you and they get sick, you have to do their sessions. You have to refund their clients if they fuck up. The buck stops with you for everything. This is I'm going to go ask my manager. I don't know what to do. You got to figure it out. And if you don't figure it out, no one's going to figure it out. Rent, equipment costs, overhead, all on you. The startup cost for a gym can be massive, depending on the size. If you're looking at a smaller size gym, maybe a studio that's 1,500, 2,000 square feet, if you're going to equip that with a squat rack and a cable setup and dumbbells and kettlebells and all the stuff you need, you're talking 50 grand easily, maybe closer to 100 grand, depending on where you are. You got that kind of cash hanging around? Great. If you don't, you're fucked. Taxes and insurance on you and potentially your employees. So now you're not only responsible for yourself, you're responsible for other people, which is a huge liability. If you're ready for it, great. If you're 22 and you just started out and you just got your NASM certification, you're not fucking ready. So do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Go back. You will struggle for clients at the outset with this model. Unless you are coming over from some of the other scenarios we talked about with a full book of business, you will struggle to get people as a new gym owner because you're new. People don't like new because they don't know if it works yet. Once they figure out that it works, they get some social proof, you get your referrals, some people that you work with, things can pick up, but at the beginning, they will not. And I think this is the biggest thing that can be viewed as a con, is that you're not a trainer anymore. Now you're a business owner. Okay, this is the pro from the last slide where you can say, hey, I own a gym. I'm pretty cool. I'm not a trainer. I'm a fucking trainer. I don't do that. I own a gym. I'm a business owner. Oh yeah, you're a business owner. Great. Well, again, business owning comes with taxes. It comes with insurance. It comes with liabilities. It comes with being in charge of people. It comes with listening to people's shit that you don't want to listen to, which is your employees. If you're ready for that, have at it. So I think you know what my verdict is on this. Proceed with caution. This will take a lot of work. If you're just starting out, do not open your own gym. You can try. Thank me later for not doing it. If you want to grow a business and not train, this is a good option. But if you just started being a trainer, I'm guessing you want to train at least a little bit. So start by being a trainer. Don't just jump right into being a business owner, because this is a big step and it's going to require some time and patience. Startup costs, again, are going to be huge. 100K is not out of the realm for just starting a small training studio. And if it's just to look cool, just think again. Start by being the cool trainer, and then you can move on to being the cool business owner, because at the beginning, being a business owner is not what you want. All right, so those are the options for if you're just starting out, where should you work? For me, the best bet is a big box gym. I know they're not the coolest. I know that Equinox kind of sucks and that Lifetime Fitness is stupid. I get it. I get all of that. Start there. You will get more clients and you will have a better road. All right, I'll talk to you guys later.